Well, hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to another lunchtime live stream. I'm here with some Kerbal Space Program. It's going to be fantastic today. Now, first off, thank you very much for putting up with the recent frames issues on some of our... What's it? My brain's not working. Some of the recent frames issues that we've had on the recent Kerbal Space Program live streams, I think I fixed them now, and I've also changed the interface so that it is it's a bit more smooth. It's a bit basically the size of it is bigger, so you should be able to see it better on the live stream. So we'll switch over to that now, and we are also a little bit running late because of my work. And we've also got a little less time. We're going to be about 45 minutes instead of an hour because I already took up part of my my morning. So, right. So yes, fixed the frames issues. Got a bigger interface so you guys can see it better. We're starting a little bit late, and but we're going to have a good try and time now. We've got a few people passing by and saying hello, good morning, hello to Jimmy, and hello to JP. What a mess I managed to get you streams on all platforms. Oh no, JP's watching on all platforms. Okay, so what I want to do is actually get this aircraft back down, because what I was doing between now and last time is I was testing our moon lander, and I've launched into space. We're in space now. So what happens is, last time we were doing some hops with our moon lander, seeing if we could take off on Kerbin, see if it would land nicely. We was adjusting and adding legs. We was getting the parachutes and lighting all good. And I thought we'd do a test to see how well it handles re-entry. So that's what we're doing now. I made a very simple booster. It was just a big stack of tanks with a big engine on the bottom, just to lob it into orbit. And it's not into orbit, sorry, into space. We're on a suborbital trajectory. So I'm just going to use the reaction wheels to get us so we're pointing in a retrograde. And if we look at the map, you can see we're nearly at our highest point, and we're going to come back down on the land somewhere over there. Let's get our fuel view open. Michael's here watching on YouTube and says, hi, hello, welcome. J-Bay's here, says, good morning. It's afternoon here, but I'll give you that. So I'm just going to fast forward now until we start coming back down into the atmosphere, and we'll see how well this thing goes under re-entry. And then what I'll do is I'll probably show you the craft that I used to lob it up here. We'll make any adjustments and do a second test. So hopefully you guys can see the interface much better now. You can see the nav ball better. You should be able to read the numbers on most size screens. Maybe on a mobile phone you'll struggle to read some of the numbers and some of the wording on the interface, but I think overall it should be a lot better. Right, so let's just get this craft aligned so that the rotational alignment is about right. I think that's... Is that it? No, that's wrong. Okay, I think it's supposed to be like this. Yes, that the craft is now the right way round. Or backwards. I'm not sure. Where do rockets go? Where the rocket go? The rocket's going nowhere at the minute. It's just coming down. This is a test. It's an experiment. We're building a brand new design. This is our moon. This is our moon ship. This is the Mark III. The Mark 1 was to do a fly past to the moon. The Mark 2 was to do a touchdown, and now we're going to do much better. Stu says, looks great on the tablet. Details are clear. Fantastic. Okay, we're starting to come back through the atmosphere. So I've got the SAS system turned on, and I've got it set to retrograde. So hopefully this thing should keep level. And if it doesn't, we'll have to... Oh. I thought it was moving, and it's flipping, it's flipping. Right, I'm turning the engines on slightly because the engines have got a gimbal. So that will give us... Look, oh my goodness, it's going to flip over. Whoa. Right, so I'm just using the throttle here on the engines. No, it's going to flip again. Engines. Right, I'm going to leave the engines on at about 1/3 power. Something is starting to overheat, though I don't know what it is. Is it a landing leg? Okay, I'm going to turn the engines up a little bit. Try and keep this thing from tipping over. We've got plenty of fuel. I'm going to max power these engines. Come on. Look, you can see how they're pointing downwards slightly. Well, we've survived the greatest... Oh, there we are, look. So it's keeping the craft stable now. Now, when we return from the moon, we will not have this fuel with us. This is a test. Okay, so now we're through that part of the atmosphere. I think I should be able to turn the engines off. No, we're flipping again. Okay, so this is not stable enough for unfueled re-entry. I need to do something about this. Okay. Full throttle, says Jimmy. Jackamak says afternoon, and Neil's here as well. Hello, Neil. Jackamak and Neil both watching on Twitch. Well, we've survived re-entry, which is fine, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. I don't think we need the engines on now to keep this thing stable. And we're going to deploy the drogue chutes now. And we're going to turn SAS off just to let the because now that the parachutes are there, it's not going to flip over. It's not going to go bad. One thing that we will do though is to make sure the lights are turned on. There we are. We're just about 2 kilometers up now. Those drogue chutes have opened. We're going to get the landing legs extended. Now, at the end of last time, we put these extra 2 landing legs on the engines to give us extra stability. So if we're landing on a hillside, we can land sideways and hopefully the craft will not tip over. Because there was a bit of potential tippage from just the standard landing legs. The other option would be to move the landing legs onto the engines, but that would make it thin in one profile, and I don't really want to do that. Ravens Path says, morning all. I've reinstalled Kerbal thanks to your streams, and I'm so bad at it, my poor Kerbals. I used to be really bad at it, but with practice and testing and a little bit of Googling and all that sort of stuff, it's okay. You get a lot better at it. Right, we're about 500 meters down now, so above the ground. I'm just going to deploy main chutes. They'll open up straight away. And we should be able to get an idea of which way the land's tilting, and then reorientate the aircraft. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, and I've managed to hold it off. Right, well, we'll fast forward until this thing's down. We need to make some improvements so that we don't completely fall apart on re-entry. But looking at the pattern of the lights, it looks like the ground is relatively flat where we're going to touch down, so that's good. And touchdown, yes. A nice bounce. Our engines didn't touch the floor. Jobs are good, and auto-saving recover the vessel. Network 17 says, afternoon all in stream. Hello, Network 17. So I'm broadcasting off along 3 different channels, and even though I can see all 3 chats, you guys in your own chats will not see each other's except on the screen. So you'll be able to see the chats on the screen for this live stream, and that's the way it works. Right, let's recover all the vessels and the people and have another go at that. Right, so let's load up the Moon Mark III, I think it is. So this is the booster that I used to lob it up there. It's just 4 tanks, 1 big engine and 6 little engines to give it enough thrust. And these little engines on the bottom, they have gimbals, which means the rocket nozzle can point in various different directions. And that's what gives this vessel its steering. Now, I've already attached some fins to this to try and make it more stable on the re-entry, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. So let's move these fins. I'm thinking we put them lower down. Like this. So that they have more of an effect for keeping the craft stable. Now the problem here is that I was going to say that gets in the way of the hatch, but I don't think it does. It gets in the way of the upper ladders, or the upper rungs on the ladder. I mean, the other option would be to put them on the lower section like this. We'd need to stagger them across slightly. That would probably keep it much more stable on the way back down. They are all slightly off though. See, if I move them whilst holding shift, they snap differently, but they don't seem to snap perfectly. I wonder if I get even finer. Let's just turn off snapping and do it by eye. So, is that it? That's actually much better. Okay, I think we'll be all right with the fins there. So we're going to give this another test. We're going to get the booster, and we're going to get the moon lander with its new fins, and we're going to give it another test. We're going to do another suborbital space flight. Fewer shoots, faster landing. No, J-Bay. We're landing pretty quick as it is. We don't want to land any harder than that. Looking here at the stream, no FPS issues reported, so it looks like I've fixed them, ladies and gentlemen. So let's save this and give it another lob. Now, what I've done is I've added one of these computers to the booster, as well as some parachutes, in an attempt to be able to recover the booster as well. That's right, we're going to try and recover the booster. And in addition, I think what we're going to do is change the force percent of this decoupler to to 0. We just want it to detach without pushing apart. If we push it apart, we're going to separate these two items too far away. And what we'll do is we'll turn it sideways, decouple, and then turn back so we're facing into the wind. If this booster makes it back down, that'll be hilarious. And I'm going to add some drogue chutes to it, otherwise it might not come back down. So let's just do. We only want a symmetry of 1, and I'll put the snapping back on. So we'll have one there, one there. I don't know if there's going to be enough chutes to bring this down softly, but I'm certainly going to give it a try. I don't know how that's going to work on the staging and decoupling. Engines. Okay, so that looks okay. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the decouple down to there, and I'm going to have to individually move these chutes into their own correct node. There we go. So all the drogues are there. Swap the drogues over. Actually, they were the right way round. Don't swap them over. Okay, we're going to fire this on a suborbital flight into space. We're going to come back down. We're going to try and get this lander down without using any fuel, and we're going to try and recover the booster. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. I have no idea how this is going to go. I have some ideas how it might go, but I'm not very happy about it. Okay, SAS system on. Throttle set to maximum. Hopefully these fins, if anything, will give us stability on the way up as well. Go. Okay, so as you can see, it's a relatively smooth launch. It's a little bit fast. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. Why did I say fast? We are leaning a little bit. I don't know why. This thing is pretty much perfectly symmetrical apart from this control unit, because there's only one of them, and these parachutes. I don't think they would cause that much drag for it to be a problem. We're at 2 kilometers up, so once we get to around 6 kilometers up, we're going to start getting ready to turn this vessel so that we can start getting into a suborbital flight. And then the only thing we'll do, probably, to get it to the moon is add more boostiness somehow. And we'll actually have this as probably the main boost stage. Maybe we'll split it out so there's 2 stages. We'll see. Yeah, we could probably do with a vacuum optimized engine near the top. But we won't be trying to recover the whole vessel when we do that. Okay, we need... I've been talking too much. We're 10k up. I need to get this thing on its side without it tipping over. Whoa, what's going on? Just had a little wobble there, it did. Whoa, it wants to go. But I'm keeping it stable at the minute. We're keeping it stable. What's the trajectory at the moment? 30 kilometers up. Okay, we're doing all right. We're going up at a good angle. I would have preferred that to be much smoother. 40 kilometers up. Let's bring the maneuver node stuff up. We need to be at least 70. We're quite low in the atmosphere still. We're starting to get some heating on the outside. So we turned too much too quickly. Let's see if we can just try and make ourselves go up a little bit. We're nearly out of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is starting to get really thin up here. Okay, I'm going to stop burning because we've managed to get 100 kilometers, 116 kilometers up. And I'm going to just leave the engines on ever so slightly so that gimbaling can help keep us pitched in the right direction. There we go. So we're going to get to space. That's fantastic. There we go. So our booster and our moonlander are in space. And at the moment we're going to be landing somewhere over here. So what we'll do is we'll use the rest of the booster fuel once we're at the highest point of our orbit, which is about here. Suborbital flight. We'll bring those engines online slightly to help with the turn because this vessel is so big and heavy that the reaction wheels in the command module are going to do next to nothing there. So now full power to use up the rest of that fuel. It'll also boost out our suborbital flight a little bit. And then what we're going to do is slowly turn this craft... No, actually, we're alright. We can eject. We're going to detach the moonlander from the rest. Jack says, I didn't realise on how much some of the continents on Kerbal looked like real-life continents. Yeah, I suppose that kind of looks like... Maybe. Maybe, Jack. I'm not really 100% sure with you on that one. Anyway, we're going to detach. There we go. So there is little to no gap between those items now. So we can now swap between the two vessels. So now we've got the actual moonlander, which we're going to rotate round and put its bottom pointing retrograde. And that actually gave that booster unit a small push, which I'm not happy about. I didn't want that to happen. Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. I wanted it to be close to our vessel, and we've given it a push away now. Maybe we can get closer to it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. So, if we make this a target, and we go and go target, and we point our moon lander at our target. Let's engage the engines. It's floating away at us at about 4 meters per second, I think. Oh, 0.4 meters per second it was. Okay, so now, so we don't crash into it. Oh, no, there we go. It's fine now. Everything's fine. We'll just point ourselves retrograde in the orbit. I think that's fine. I don't think it's going to crash into us. We'll try and land both of these at the same time. So hopefully these fins will mean that I won't have to use the engines on re-entry. And hopefully we can use the chutes and so forth to bring the booster back down safely. Hopefully they're not going to crash. I think they're going to go right past each other here. I'm not sure. Because now, well, not now, but they're going to start hitting the air. They're going to start hitting the atmosphere. And when they do, the two aircraft are going to act very differently. This one is going to kind of swim through the air on this heat shield. And I have no idea what this booster is going to do. But we'll have to wait and see. But we're just about coming back in from space. So we are now no longer in space. And we're going to start coming in through the atmosphere. So in theory, I shouldn't have to touch this craft to keep it stable. One thing we could do is add reaction wheels to the moon lander. That would help it turn and keep more stable. But it would add extra weight, which means less delta V. Our booster is now starting to spin wildly in the atmosphere. It starts buffeting around. Look at it go. Look at it spin. It's really picking up on the wind there. I don't know if it's just going to start tumbling and going sideways, but we're all starting to re-enter now. I don't know if it's going to survive. It's actually seeming to want to go bottom first. It's actually going bottom first. It's getting closer to us, though. Oh, no, it's not. It's just wobbling. Right, let's have a good look at our craft. Oh, our moon lander is so much more stable. No. Oh, my goodness, it's flipped. It's flipped. Come on. Oh, something exploded. I don't know what it was. Come on. Parts are exploding here. Oh, all sorts are exploding. Oh, come on. No, we're going nose first. We're going nose first. This is not good. I can't seem to get the aircraft to turn round. We're still going way too fast. It's like a bullet. Oh my goodness, we're nearly down. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. He's going to die. There's nothing I can do. Why won't the drogue chutes open? We lost both? Oh, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Ah, EVA the Kerbal. It's too late. I should have EVA'd the Kerbal. Ah, we could have saved him. That's not good. That is not good. We again have no pilot. And there's only one pilot available. Ah, right, okay, we've just hired a new pilot. D. Scott. Or Descott. What was wrong with that? Okay, so it flipped again. Which means the reaction wheels wasn't enough to keep it in place, and these fins wasn't. Control. Why didn't... I didn't seem to have control of this booster. We can't keep losing these Kerbals. We can't. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. The problem was, once the moon lander flipped round, it was like a speeding bullet. It just didn't slow down the atmosphere. And these fins were just not enough to do it. I mean, the only other option I can think of is that we actually have winglets on there. Like something like this to keep it stable on re-entry. But I think if we leave these ones on, and let's open the service bay. What we got in here? We've got our science experiments and our power. Control, command and control. I mean, we've got some reaction wheels, stabilizer. I don't know if that stabilizer would do the job. The hitchhiker module is not very dense. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if we just detach this and show the center of mass. Center of mass is quite high. And I can't... with this design, I can't think of another way of doing that. I wonder if that would provide enough torque to flip it round the right way. I think another suborbital flight is in order. Let's save this. No, we're not even going to go into space. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little launch. Deliberately make it go upside down at low speeds and see if the reaction wheels can pull it the right way round. Obviously at high speeds it's not going to work, but let's give it a go. Let's give it a go, see what happens. So, SAS on. Throttle to maximum. There we go. That's weird. Oh, it's fine. I just thought it only takes off with 4 of the landing gear when we do it in this configuration. So once we've used up nearly all the fuel, I'm going to deliberately turn this thing round so it's going pointy end down. And we're going to see if then the reaction wheels can fix that. If it can't, we'll deploy chutes and stuff. To be honest, re-entry should be fine after you deplete your fuel. Oh, that's a good point. If we've got no fuel in this, it's probably less likely to tip. I'll take the fuel out and we'll do the suborbital test again. Right, so we're running low on fuel now. So I'm just going to use the last bit of fuel to tip us on our side. Whoa! And then what we'll do is we'll start falling downwards. So let's see what we like on our trajectory. Let's see. Now, luckily, we're not going that fast. No, I think we're on our way back down. Are we on our way back down? Let's have a look. Yes, we're on our way back down. So, as you can see, we're going down. Can we turn the vessel around with just the reaction wheels? No, it just won't do it. It can swing it, but it can't do it. Right. Let's get those drogue chutes out to get these guys safely down. Yeah, I'm not sure whether having any fuel would be okay or not. I think you're right. I think with no fuel in there, it might be better. Move the wings up. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Having the wings higher up would also help the situation. Having the wings lowered down... Oh my goodness, what's going on? Physics engine. Wakey wakey. Having the wings lowered down means that they get a wider attack, but having them further up means that it'd be alright. Is this an interesting reusable lunar lander design? I like it. I don't know. It's just a... Yeah, I suppose in some ways it is reusable. Yeah, the idea is that we take this all the way there and back. So what we're going to do, we are going to put the fins higher up. That should give us a better force. And we're going to have to turn snapping off. For some reason it doesn't work properly. So here we go. There we go. So the wings are higher up. That will help. And we'll test it without the liquid fuel and oxidizer. Hang on a minute. I just realised that we actually need the full Moonlander assembly. There we go. So yes, we'll move the wings further up. Is it me or are they wonky? They are really... What's wrong with that? Alright, I'm going to try and put them on again. Basic fin. Wrong way round still. There we go. There we go. Okay, so the fins are now on where I want them. And let's take the fuel out of here, because by the time we get back, we'll have used up all that fuel. And should we make it... There we go. Right. We're going to give this another test. Hopefully we don't kill anybody else. Why? I want to know why I couldn't control this booster though. Because I should be able to control it with this. Unmanned, remote pilot assistance available. Did we just not have enough, like, maybe we just lost like sat connection on it. Okay, never mind. Right. I don't know why I got that wing. Let's give it a go. We've moved the wings up. We won't have any fuel in the main body, and we've got reaction wheels on there. Have we got... Let's put the monoprop back and actually put some thrusters on it. Four. No, wait, that's 3. There we go. So we've got monoprop as well. Do you have any batteries on that thing? Yes, they're inside the service container. They're up here. We've got some batteries in there. Big battery. At the moment, we haven't needed anything more than that big battery, and we've been okay. This is what all this testing's about, though. I kind of feel like we need a little nose cone on there, so we'll see how it goes. Let's save that and give it another launch. If we can get this bit right, then all we've got to do is add more heavy lifting equipment, a second stage, and send it to the moon. And then bring it all back again.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much for the follow. Zooted? You mean on the booster? No. No, you're right. I mean, it's got 10 electrical charge in there. Good point. Should we put a solar panel on it? We'll give it... I mean, I'm only recovering this booster for stuff. With the wings that high up, it might still more like exceptionally... Supersized Red Bull in the rocket. I hope it goes well. Well, yeah, maybe it will go well. We'll see. Let's get... let's put a couple of batteries and a couple of solar panels on there. So we're going to go 2 batteries and 2 solar panels on the booster. We won't have them on the booster when we go to the moon because it'll be expendable. Well, in theory it should be. Let me just check my working messages, just make sure I'm not needed for anything right now. No, how we're looking for time? Well, we're getting low on time, but never mind. Right, SAS on. Throttle to maximum. Check the staging for the first few bits. Yep, looks good. Let's go. So I'm hopefully we'll have a much smoother run to orbit. Now this is slightly heavier than it was before, but we've got no fuel in it. So we're going to be able to boost this a lot easier than previously. Remember, if you want to support the channel and you want to do that through merch, you can do that at hellishstore.net. Hellishstore.net for all your hellish merch. Coming soon will be some Kerbal Space Program and some Minecraft merch. Right, we're 4k up, so I'm going to start tipping us over slightly. Slightly. It just wants to go right over. Bless it. Okay. We're at 8k now, so I'm going to start tipping us just a little bit more. Keeping us on a steady course. We're coming up to 15k and we're about 60 degrees over. From the horizon, I think that is. Eventually we want to be right 90, I think. Once we get to the top. 20. So we've come out the thick parts now. And yeah, we're going to get to space, no problem. So I'll get ready to cut engines. We're going to have Miko in a minute. And at 75, there's Miko. There we go. We've got the main engines are now cut off. Oh, hang on. I'm going to leave a little bit of throttle on. Just so that this whole thing can keep itself steady. Electrical charge is all fine on the entire vessel at the moment. Is that reaction wheel turned on? Yes, okay. So just a little bit of throttle there to keep us steady as we get out the atmosphere. I think we should be okay now. There we go. And we're going to push ourselves up a little bit more, and then we'll use the rest of the fuel to give us a good angle of attack to kind of mimic the angle that we'd come in at from a return trip from the moon. There we go. So once again, just a tiny bit of throttle to help turn this vessel round because it's so humongous. And now full burn to get rid of the rest of the fuel. We don't want to get ourselves an orbit that's too big, though. It'll be fine. What if we accidentally got this into orbit and couldn't get it back? That'd be terrible. That would be ridiculous. Okay. I don't know whether we'll be able to bring... It'd be nice to bring the booster stage back down with us. It would be nice. It'd also be nice not to kill another Kerbal. We're 3 Kerbals down now. And here we go. Whoa, 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 stop. Oh, I accidentally put it in orbit. I joked about it. I joked about it, and now I've done it. I might have to actually do a rescue mission without a pilot. Okay. Can we do... We can't do a fuel transfer, can we? Enable crossfeed. I don't think I can do fuel transfers. Do you have clamps? What do you mean clamps? I mean, I have RCS, which I've not used yet. Maybe you could try and push it to the Earth with the remainder of the fuel. That's what I'm going to do. But to do it the most efficient... Ideally, you'd want to ditch the booster, move all the fuel to the moon module, but I don't seem to have the option to transfer the fuel. And I'm running out of time. Can I do a fuel transfer? Or are we going to have to actually prefer transfer fuel? Are we going to have to do a rescue mission at the beginning of the next episode without a pilot? Hold the Alt key and right-click the 2 tanks you want to transfer between. Alt. Right-click. Hang on a minute. That doesn't seem to have done it. Ah! There is a place in the game that allows you to attach one thing to another without needing a docking port. Oh, I see. Let's just check. It will show an in and out button. Because the station, the mod, blah 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 blah. Have you enabled crossfeed in the decoupler? No! I accidentally hit the Z key and used some fuel. Disable crossfeed is... The cross... Hang on. If I do it here and here... It's not even working between 2 tanks that are next to each other. Oh, I bet you need some sort of upgrade to be able to do it. Or some sort of skill. Right, well, we're going to try and bring them back. So we're going to warp to here. And we're just going to try and do it. I'm just going to do my best. We'll see what happens. Right, here we go. Warp complete. I can't see any lights. Turn the lights on. Oh, I can see the back of the booster. Maybe you need to unlock it. Yeah, I think maybe you do need to unlock it. I'm going to turn this vessel so it's retrograde. We're using a little bit of electrical power, but that's fine. And what we want to see is the periapsis drop beneath 60. And it's currently 78. Jimmy says, good luck, you'll need it. I'm pretty sure I will need it. Okay. I think we're smack on now. So here we go. Are we at the right optimum point? Oh, we just passed the optimum point, so let's do it. Full throttle. Yes! Yes! It was enough. We had enough power, Delta V. Look. Look. We're coming back to the ground. We are... Yes, it was enough. We did the right thing at the right time. Right, okay, so we can carry on with the rest of the mission now. I had another card up my sleeve. What I was going to do is detach the moon module from the booster module and use the RCS to slow it down, which might have worked. I don't know. We'll see. So now that we're up in space, whilst we're up in space, sorry, I'm going to decouple. I'm going to enable the RCS. And I want to be in docking mode for this to see if I can... We're just going to try and... It's difficult to see, but I want to try and... Just try and move this so that we're not on exactly the same trajectory. There we go. We're going to get this Kerbal home. So we want to be next to each other. There we go. So we're kind of side by side now, next to our booster. Right, let's disable docking mode. How do I There we go. Now we want also to point our bottom into the direction of flow as soon as we start getting close to the atmosphere. So let's turn off RCS and just use our reaction wheels. Pretty sure that says prograde. Oh, I think we might have been facing the right way. Yeah, we was facing the right way. So it's because our camera's in a weird position. Our camera should be here, I think. Well, at least we're falling into the atmosphere now with our booster. Hopefully with no fuel, our wings in a better place, and the SAS system on, we should be alright. I'm also going to turn those engines on, even though they've got no fuel, so that the next time I do a stage we'll deploy our chutes. Otherwise I might press it once and our chutes not deploy. Right, here we go. We're coming back down now. So the booster is going to hit the atmosphere and tumble around. We can actually switch to the booster. There we go. We've got some electrical charge there. It's not charging up at the moment. Has it got lights on it? No, it hasn't got lights. But we want to really stay on our moon module. Hopefully we're going to land in the sun. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're going to land in the daytime, I think. We're going to... Well, actually, we might not. Here we go. We're starting to go in through atmosphere now. So we're just going to make sure that we're hitting that mark so that we're always pointing our bottom in exactly the right place. We've got no fuel, but we've got some electrical charge left in our reaction wheels. Reaction wheels, should I say. And hopefully the stability will keep us locked in place. Here we go. We're starting to head in now. I'm going to turn the lights off to conserve electrical charge. The booster seems to have ended up in a higher orbit. You can switch the camera with V. We're not going to do that right now. Because we've got no... Because D. Scott is inexperienced, we can't get him to keep the bottom pointed the right way. We can also turn RCS on if we need to. But for now, it looks like we're keeping stable at the moment. I'm tempted to put that RCS on, but I don't want to use it if I don't have to. Yeah, I think that extra reaction wheel is helping. It's much more stable than it was. Those wings are they're definitely in a better place. But we are still in the thin parts of the atmosphere. Once it gets thicker, I expect it to get buffeted around a lot more. So it's starting to push. I can feel it. I'm having to counteract it. But we're doing all right at the moment. So I am having to do a small bit of work with the reaction wheels to keep this thing stable. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch there. Zach, I think it was. I'll read your name better when I... Whoa. When I've kept this vehicle stable. The reaction wheels are doing the job. We've got enough power. It does need it. I don't seem to need RCS right now. I don't seem to need that RCS. I'm going to turn it on anyway. Now I think I might need that RCS. I'm struggling to keep it on point. I'm constantly going at it. And we're using quite a lot of the monopropellant. That we didn't bring any spare with us though. We're 20k down. It's still not the most stable of craft. And we're still landing in the dark. Landing legs out. Speed is good. Drogue chutes coming out. There's the drogue chutes. I know you can't see very well, folks. But there we go. Do we have enough electrical charge to turn the lights on, I guess. I think it's going to be okay. Let's have a look. So, yeah, we got a couple of follows there. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. We're 10k up, so yeah, okay. It's better than it was. Much better than it was. The lights are actually going. Let's turn the SAS off. There we go. Turn the RCS off as well. Actually, we used up all the monopropellant there, so I don't think the monopropellant was really that useful. I think between the extra reaction wheels and the better placement of the fins, we were okay. But again, I'm still not that happy with it. Not happy that it just seems to want to tip over. It just seems to want to tip over all the time. We going for a water landing? Yeah, we are. The electrical charge is dropping terribly? Why? Oh, I left the lights on. So D. Scott is going to be coming down. D. Scott will get experience for a suborbital space flight. And that means we'll be able to have prograde and retrograde stability assist from D. Scott. Oh, the booster. No, the booster. We lost the booster. That's probably plummeted into the ocean already. I completely forgot about it. I'm not used to trying to bring two things back down at the same time. But to be honest, with the fuel issues that we had, I'm just glad that we managed to bring our only pilot back down. We've killed 3 pilots already this series. I wasn't ready to kill another pilot. Yeah. We need to be careful with this craft when returning. But I'm going to say the moon vehicle is certified ready. I'm happy with this. It's good enough. We get a nice clean entry. We have a stability assist system on. I mean, it stays upright in the water, for crying out loud. He says, recovering vessel before it tips over. And that's nicely on the mark, actually, because we're coming up to the top of the hour there. I think what we'll do next time... I'm so disappointed I lost another Kerbal when there was different ways around it. We'll obviously... We're going to take the bits off this booster that mean that it can fly autonomously. I'm pretty sure there's a girder inside there, so we'll rebuild it. We'll rebuild it. What we'll do is we'll just go plop, and we'll build a stage. Is there an infinite supply of Kerbals ready to join your program? I don't know if it's an infinite supply, Jackaback, but it costs you more to hire a new Kerbal each time you hire one. So there we go. We're not going to take the RCS with us. It was near useless, and all it does is add extra weight to our vessel. So there we go. Maybe what we'll do is, if there is any fuel left in the Moonlander, we'll keep it in there and we'll run the engine slowly during descent to help the stability assist system. But that's going to be all from me for now. Thank you very much for joining me on this stream. This is my creation process. This is me working something out, making something from scratch and figuring out how to go. The building of the rocket on the bottom of this should be easy. It's a matter of whether we've got enough Delta V. And then we'll go to the moon. We'll go to the moon. We'll take 4 Kerbals with us. Everybody will get fantastic experience. We'll plant flags, do science experiments. It's going to be fantastic. But that is going to be all from me for now. Remember, if you want to know more about me, my streams, my giveaways, and all those sorts of things, go to masterhellish.net or come over to the Discord, and the link to the Discord is on masterhellish.net as well. You can also support the channel through merch, which is hellishstore.net, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Thanks for coming along, and for now, goodbye.